Welcome to JayzTwoCents exclusive insider coverage of CES 2014. Our trip this year is brought to you by Aqua Tuning, your global source for PC modding and cooling components, and by Sennheiser, the pursuit of perfect sound, and of course, by generous viewers like you. So strap in with JayzTwoCents as he takes you on a wild ride through CES 2014.
Hey guys, JayzTwoCents CES Insider coverage, and as you can hear, I'm bringing you this coverage, death or alive. We're going to bring you this coverage. Guys, I'm still here with JJ, and we're going to take a look at the 1440p G-Sync 120hz ROG monitor that was displayed yesterday at the ASUS press conference. You guys saw me tweeting about it, now we're taking a look at it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to JJ so he can tell me exactly what this monitor is all about.
Yeah, so this is, it's really actually a lot to digest when you first hear all the specifications get rolled out for this monitor. Like you said, 1440p, so WQHD, 2560 by 1440, 1 millisecond response, 120 hertz refresh rate, 6mm thin bezel design, right? Integrated USB 3 hub, and then on top of that, you add in G-Sync, and you're just like, wow, you just built the ultimate gaming monitor.
It sort of feels like ASUS said, okay, we've built the ultimate component line. Yeah. Now our bottleneck is the monitor.
Yeah, and that's actually how we look at it. I mean, if you look at our entire kind of component division, everything from our motherboards to our GPUs to our sound cards to our routers to our monitors, we carefully really evaluate everything that we're looking at to try to give you, the gamer, the absolute best experience possible. And we'd already done an outstanding job with our range of monitors. The VG series has really become well received. Across the gamer demographic. But here we really wanted to give something that gamers had been heavily asking us about, which was QHD resolution, that ultra low response. And how to achieve that actually required a huge amount of investment. This panel didn't exist. We actually had to specially develop and source the panel for these specifications. And it actually was slightly delayed because about 50–60% into the course of development, NVIDIA told us about G-Sync. And all of a sudden we said, hey, that's only going to make this that much sweeter. But it required even more time to optimize and design and work with the panel to get logistically everything working right. And we still also wanted to ensure that we had a great experience, regardless if you were an AMD user or an NVIDIA user. G-Sync, I think, is an absolute game changer if you're a first-person shooter guy and you're looking for the absolute best in terms of response and overall fluidity and gameplay. But at the same time, if you're taking advantage of the latest generation Radeon cards, you're still going to be able to take advantage of that QHD, that ultra low response, and that high refresh rate.
I mean, you guys heard it here. I saw some comments of people saying, well, this was just a rebranded G-Sync, NVIDIA G-Sync. No, guys, it has a G-Sync component in there, but the monitor was developed from the ground up from the ROG engineers to bring you the ultimate gaming monitor. Now, you guys can't really see it. This monitor here is stuttering really, really bad. I'm sure the camera can't pick it up, but this is smooth as glass right here. Now, what's powering these monitors right now, this resolution?
They're actually the same exact systems here. So we've got, of course, NVIDIA-based graphics cards in here, but you're pretty much running parity, but you're just seeing, of course, the frame rate differential that is occurring due to the fact that the G-Sync panel, of course, is running a synced refresh rate between the GPU and its frame buffer to what's being displayed on screen. Whereas here, of course, with the V-Sync enabled, you're getting that tearing, you're getting that inconsistency, you're getting overall that not great gaming experience that you're looking for. Now, one thing I do also want to touch about on the Swift monitor, and we've had some people ask about, well, I'd love to see something that's IPS. And
that was another question I asked. Is it IPS? Yeah. Or it was asked, I'm sorry.
And it's not IPS because, once again, like I said, to be able to meet all the characteristics that we wanted to, it had to be TN derived. But we had to, like I said, specially tune the actual panel to meet the criteria of it being an RG monitor, because an RG monitor didn't exist. And if you know RG products, we take them very seriously. So the actual performance...
A lot of gamers truly prefer a TN panel over IPS, at least from my experience. IPS, if you're doing video production, photography, you want that accurate color correction. But a lot of people, gamers, want their colors to pop. And TN panels seem to be really widely accepted. So,
and I think that's the other thing. I'm definitely a prosumer. I've got IPS, I've got TN, both of them. But we did spend a lot of work to actually have this be a very, very good quality performing panel. It's comparable to an eIPS-based display in terms of its color reproduction, its accuracy, and its tonality. And I definitely feel that anybody that's been really satisfied with our VG series of panels is going to be even more impressed by what the quality that we have with this panel. So I definitely think that don't be worried that it's not an IPS. If you're 100% an absolute diehard guy in terms of the absolute best color reproduction, the best plaque levels. Then of course we still have great IPS-based panels, and we've even got other panels that aren't IPS-based, like the 4K panel that we were talking about earlier, that you always want to keep in mind that the panel is only one part of the process. There's things like the electronics package, the firmware tuning, that all affect image quality as well. So panel gets you a certain percentage there, but there's always a bit more to the layering process. So don't always just go by that baseline specification. There's a lot more to the process.
Right. It is a whole, there's a whole world when it comes to monitors, and it's more than just what you see on the spec sheet, because you can have identical monitors from two different brands with identical specs that look completely different.
Even the same source panel, and you can have different pictures and different response due to the different firmware packages and electronic packages that are used by the vendors.
Absolutely. So there you go, guys. JJ showing us here the ROG Gaming Monitor here from ASUS. Make sure you check it out. And as always, make sure you're following us on Twitter for all of your insider exclusive coverage here at CES 2014. And I'll see you in my next video.